Welcome to the video edition of the best podcast in baseball. I'm Jeff Gordon here with Derrick Goold reporting in from Cincinnati. Well, Derrick, we got to look at what the future of pitching looks like and the future of the Pittsburgh Pirates pitching and power pitching. It's impressive, and it does remind Cardinal fans, okay, this is where the organization has to go with pitching if it can get there.
Yeah, how about that? You see a four-game visit from the Pirates, and you're like, wow, that pitching really stood out. And Paul Skeens didn't throw one of the pitches in the series. So Bubba Chandler was very impressive. He's the latest off the line of the Pirates' power pitching prospects. He's what, seven pitches of 100 miles an hour or more. I think he had 29 of the 30 fastest pitches in his appearance, which was all in relief. And he got his first major league win against the Cardinals, and he just absolutely overwhelmed them. Cardinals struggle against fastballs, and the Pirates have guys who throw a lot of them. This is the game right now, not fastballs per se, but certainly fastballs and high velocity fastballs are a part of it, and swing and miss is a huge part of it. And we all know, we've talked about all season how the Cardinals lack that, and they're searching for it. We've seen moves made on the waiver wire. We've seen moves made in the bullpen. And we've most of all seen moves made in the draft, Jeff, to address that, because they are, when it comes to this kind of pitching, playing catch up.
Well, the Cardinals certainly targeted big arms in the draft. Liam Doyle, their first pick, we could see him as early as next year. They also took on some projects because, frankly, they just wanted power arms over some of the polished college pitching that they have in the organization that are climbing the ladder. But they want power and spin, and they certainly prioritize that in the draft, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that that's certainly been a priority, and will be a priority of Chaim Bloom's taking over as president of baseball operations. It's something that the Tampa Bay Rays do exceptionally well. Developing pitching is a huge part of the Milwaukee Brewers and their success, Jeff. And they got a new project added here recently in Eric Fetty. So we'll see how that turns out for them. But they have had a lot of luck and a lot of fortune. And actually, shouldn't say luck. They've had a lot of production because of how innovative and what they've done with pitching. And, the Cardinals need to get there. Now, are the Pirates the model for the Cardinals to follow, Jeff? Or are they a bit of a cautionary tale? Because the Pirates that the Cardinals once faced all those years ago in the playoffs, they have sort of been in this perpetual recycling. And I had someone ask me on social media, Jeff, how do the Cardinals get access to pitchers like Paul Skeens and Bubba Chandler? And it's like, well, you get in a perpetual rebuild and you get high picks like that. Or you wait around for the Pirates not to sign them and you trade for them, I guess. I guess that's how they get pitchers like that. So where are the Cardinals at? Where can they be? Can they follow the power pitching model and the development model of the Pirates and get pitchers like that? Well, they don't want to have access to pitchers like that out of the draft because they want to be winning. Well, then how do they do it? And I think that's a real interesting question for the Cardinals and for Cardinal fans, because they don't want to slide into this perpetual churn and rebuild that the Pirates have found themselves on. I think our colleague Lynn Worthy made a very interesting comparison where if the Cardinals could find their way on a Detroit Tigers like track and maybe accelerate it with spending, then that would be a good spot for sure. That's where they want to get.
Well,
Right down to, Jeff, I should add, right down to having a lefty lead the rotation.
the DeWitt ownership doesn't want to follow the Nutting ownership model, I don't think, because we see what happened with attendance, and this is a topic we've hit on all summer, Derrick.
Great point.
Every time I think I've been shocked or surprised, and then it gets worse. And boy, they just got a month to go and not a lot of time to sell. Yeah, Derrick, how do they turn this thing around as far as a business standpoint?
Yeah, really. I mean, it's really something. I mean, you had the first crowds in a full capacity season of less than 20,000 there for the Pirates series. You got the Athletics coming up, on a weekday. Not sure how many games or how many fans those are going to draw. How big a draw the Athletics are. There are going to be some really low numbers here, some eye-popping numbers. And just like, as far as like the optics of it, just watching some of these highlights where you have Jordan Walker rounding the bases and it just looks like large swaths of empty seats. It's jarring. It's jarring for people who visit. It's jarring for the national media who watch it. It's jarring for us locally as we kind of see it, and it's jarring for the Cardinals. It's not something that is a surprise to them. They expected it. They knew it was coming. And they also, in talking with Joe Strom and other executives with the team, they know they have to do something to get fans back, and that a lot of that begins with winning. How quickly can they accelerate that to get people reinvigorated? It might be the biggest question facing Chaim Bloom on day one of his administration.
Well, that's Derrick Goold. I'm Jeff Gordon. We want to thank you for stopping by and checking us out here on STLtoday.com, the digital edition of the Post-Dispatch. Reminder that all the cool extra stuff that we do over here on the digital edition is going to be here waiting for you the rest of the season. So come on back. This is going to be a very interesting time. For Derrick, I'm Jeff. Until next time, see you later.